I 34M think my wife 32F is cheating on me. I travel a lot for work. I'm usually gone Tuesday through Thursday 3 times a month. My wife is a stay-at-home mother for our 2 children 3 and 5. We have a nanny that helps out 4 days a week during the day, so that my wife can take care of her errands and shopping. About 6 months ago I caught my wife in a lie. Not a big lie, just her telling me she was somewhere when I knew she wasn't. It bothered me, but not to the point where I was extremely concerned. Then a week before the 4th of July I came home early from my trip. I wanted to surprise her. The next day was the anniversary of the day we had met. I had also received a fairly large bonus 2 weeks earlier and was going to surprise her with the trip I booked for us to go to St. Martin for a week. It was late when I got in from the airport around 11:30 p.m. and we had FaceTimed about 3 hours earlier so I could see her and the kids. She never mentioned anything about going out that night. When I got home the nanny was there. She said to me that my wife had left about an hour and a half ago. I texted my wife, asked her what she was up to, and she responded saying she was about to go to bed. I said that's funny because I just got home and you're not here. When she got home she was telling me that she was just out with 2 of her friends, she named them, and just didn't want me upset that she wasn't home with the kids. Usually one of our parents would watch the kids at night. We had never used the nanny before. I didn't really buy her excuse, but I had no proof and she wasn't admitting to anything. The next day I ordered a GPS tracker for her vehicle. I haven't told her about it. And since then I have caught her in several lies, and I'm not even trying to set her up. She is just telling me she is at one place and I can see she is clearly not. Should I confront her with what I did and why is she lying to me, or hire a private investigator to get proof of infidelity if it is happening? I hired a private investigator, gave him a lot of information. My wife has been acting normal all day. We had plans tonight. I canceled, told her I was not feeling well, which is the truth. I don't think anything else will happen until I leave Tuesday morning. I plan on calling my friend who is an attorney on Monday. Even though he is not a divorce lawyer, I'm sure he can point me in the right direction. Thanks for all the kind words and a few not so kind. I'll update when the pie does his thing. Update: so I hired a private investigator to follow my wife when I left on Tuesday. He first followed her to the grocery store. He said he saw her purchase 2 Visa gift cards. He told me that could be how she is paying the nanny for the extra time without giving her a check or CC. She left the house for a second time around 12:30 p.m. and went to the same location she has been going to. He witnessed an SUV pull up and she got in. He followed the vehicle to a gated community where he lost sight of them. He was not able to view the driver due to the dark tint. He has a realtor license and used that to get in, but by the time he got to the house they were already inside. They were there for about 3.5 hours. He then saw my wife and another lady leave the house in the same vehicle. He followed them back to where my wife's car was parked. She went home and didn't leave the rest of the day. Wednesday 8:14 she went to a few shops with the kids. That night around 9:15 I FaceTimed her and the kids. Around 8:30 she left and went to the same location. She again met with the same women. This time they went to a restaurant and ate for a little over an hour, then back to her house till 1:15 a.m. She was again dropped off at her car and then went home. So there was no guy involved at least this week, but she never told me she was going out for dinner or anything. I really don't know what to do now. The pie was pretty expensive. I'm not sure I want to hire him again. Not sure if I should confront her or just try and get more information on my own. Update: so these last few weeks have been difficult. I kept the pie following her when I have been out of town. It has been the same thing. She meets at the same place and the same woman picks her up. This Wednesday they went to dinner instead of her house. The pie got a photo of them embracing and a single kiss when they got to the place where my wife parks. The kiss is not something just friends would do. This is the first real evidence I have gotten, other than just strong suspicion. I flew home a day early, and last night I confronted her with the photos. I didn't tell her how I got them or that I had hired a pie. I asked her to explain why she was cheating and how long it had been going on. She basically denied everything and said that they were just friends. She then tried to accuse me of spying on her and invading her privacy. I couldn't believe it. Even with the photos and her lying, she wanted to blame me. I haven't moved forward with the divorce or anything yet. I'm still hoping she will come clean and tell me the truth. Update, so I have the woman's name, age and where she works from the pie. She is single, no kids. She has a Facebook account but no personal information on relationship status or recent posts or likes, and she is not friends with my wife. No Instagram or Twitter that he can find either. I think I'm done with him, he found out enough. Redditor's reactions story 2 after. Redditor 1, I'm still hoping she will come clean and tell me the truth. Finding out the real truth is just a waste of your time when she already demonstrated that she's a cheater. Remorseful people don't shift blame but instead own up to it, which she didn't. Serve the divorce papers because she needs a reality check that her actions mark the end of your marriage. Redditor follow up, she's already demonstrated that she's untrustworthy. That's the real problem. If she's lying to op and hiding this, what else is she lying about or has lied about? End result is the same, divorce. If she's actually cheating, that can be key information in a divorce. Depending on the state, for all we know, she could be stuffing charity envelopes in that house. She could also be a prostitute for people already there. Or doing drugs. Or learning how to dance to surprise her husband on an anniversary. Redditor 2, lying to your face. Secretly meeting another person for dates. Kissing them. Very clear affair, dude, or something shady, and sounds like it has been going on for a long time. Even when confronted, she turns it around on you. Tell her you want to be introduced to this friend and take them both to dinner. She will refuse, and if she does, hit her with divorce papers and pay the other woman a visit anyway. Redditor follow up, exactly, she will have no problems introducing her friend to him if they are just friends. Redditor 3, your wife is now batting for the other team. Go speak to a lawyer and find out where you stand. Hold off on confronting her until then, but tell the lawyer all you have done, and what you now know. Once you have done that, then plan your next move, whether it be confronting with a view to reconciling or confronting with a view to splitting. Good luck to you, but think straight before doing anything. Story 2, my wife cheated on me 6 months ago. I am still miserable. The thing that causes the most acute and constant pain is the possibility she had better time with him than me and that he had a bigger penis than me. I can't get over it. This is going to sound stupid to 99% of people, but maybe one person will understand. My wife cheated on me. D-Day was 6 months ago. I am still miserable. The thing that hurts most is the idea she had better time with him than me and that he had a bigger penis than me. I can't get over it. The idea that she had time with a man with a bigger penis than me kills me. The fact that she had better time with him kills me. A fair time is often the best time ever because it is forbidden. I want to ask her about it, but I know she will lie to me. What do I do? The idea of his penis inside of her or her mouth horrifies me. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, I can understand your teacher, but I'd be more aws that she betrayed you. Niche size is irrelevant. Let's just say that it was smaller, but she still found it more exciting. What then? Let's say she found it better because it was forbidden. That thrill soon wears off when it's not forbidden. What then? The time is irrelevant part. It's the lying and betrayed mate. That's the issue. Don't beat yourself up over DCK size. Hell, I'd be in a mental home if it bothered me, as I'm pretty sure the cunt my ex ran off with had a 6-pack, bigger DCK, and probably excited her more than me, but who gives a it? The guy's a dirty cheating piece of it. Redditor 2, for me it was the idea of doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. The actual time with AP, removing all other variables, wasn't as good as with my wife. It was more emotional and more of a connection. Time with AP was sneaky, forbidden, taboo, and that was the part that made it seem better at the time. Afterwards, when I told my wife about the affair and months of fighting and reconciling and all the realization of what I did sunk, and it became obvious to me that my wife kissed better, gave better BJs, and overall got into it much better and fit me, knew me better. That really made me feel disgusting that I put her and my family through the Beal shit that I did. Redditor 3, not true. Affairs are great only till they are hidden and kept a secret. Wait till it becomes a pain for a cheater. Your wife, or any cheater for that matter, will never admit time being great, or say the time sucked. Take it, a lot of affairs have miserable time too. A cheater never admits it, they like the affair only till the honeymoon period is on. The thought of my husband with another woman makes me sick to my stomach that I cannot even touch him today. I can completely understand your feelings. Sorry mate, don't beat yourself up over it. There is more to life than a big DCK and over the top S-time, something emotionally short-sighted cheaters seldom understand. Update, I am 47, just don't see how I will ever get over my wife cheating on me for 6 months. They had S-time about 3 times per week for 6 months. She lied to me for 6 months. I am 47, just don't see how I will ever get over my wife cheating on me for 6 months. They had S-time about 3 times per week for 6 months. She lied to me for 6 months. If I didn't have kids it would be over. The idea of divorcing and losing my house and half my retirement savings is a nightmare. The whole thing is a nightmare. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, is she remorseful? Has she explained all the whys and hows? Except the kids, is there a reason to save the marriage? Redditor follow up, for her, there likely is. She'd want to save her bread and butter so that she's got income to pay for her dates with the other guy. Redditor 2, this seems like it is very new, please take some time to really feel and understand. What you are feeling today will be different than tomorrow, and next week. Right now you don't have to make any huge decisions, that can wait. Do you have anyone to talk to? If possible, try to spend some time apart from your wife, take a weekend to get away and be able to clear your head. It would be helpful to have some more information, if you are looking for advice. How did you find out? Did she come clean herself or get caught? Has she broken off all contact from her affair partner? Was she safe? Either way assume not and go get tested. Yes, unfortunately everything feels like a terrible nightmare right now, and will for some time. My only suggestion is to not trust anything that your wife says or does for a while, and to assume that you don't know the whole truth yet. Hugs to you, you are not alone. Redditor follow up, I second this. My emotions have been fluctuating like crazy recently. I demanded that he cut off contact with AP and confirm it whenever I want it confirmed, and that's basically all the steps we've taken so far. Some days I want to save the relationship, the next I hate his guts. Once I find some clarity, then I will either leave him or work on it. Give it some time. Update, what actual details did you want to know about your WS's affair? Which details did you end up knowing? Which additional details do you want to know? Which details do you wish you didn't know? 1. What S-time details did you want to know about your WS's affair when you found out? 2. Which details did you end up knowing? 3. Which additional details do you want to know? 4. Which details do you wish you didn't know? I know they had unprotected S-time, which KLLS me. I want to know if he came in her, but I also don't want to know if he came in her. This question will KLL me the rest of my life. Redditor's reactions update after. Redditor 1, wanted them all. Got them all, eventually, and glad I have them. I cannot imagine reconciling without the whole truth no matter how icy it is. Redditor 2, I wish I didn't know any in retrospect. All we need to know is that we and our partners are negative for STDs, and if you're going to reconcile, that it's fully and completely over. Anything else puts images in your head that you might not want. Especially if the AP is younger or better endowed in certain parts of the anatomy than you are. Oh, hello lingering insecurity I never had before. Better to focus on what's good about your S-time life, in my opinion. Redditor follow up, anything else puts images in your head that you might not want. I think I found out almost if not all the details once I felt emotionally able to handle hearing them. But for me personally, what my mind and my imagination conjured up was 1,000 times worse than what actually happened. So I think it could go either way with this. Update, details the unknown details of the S-time is killing me. I don't know what to do. I want to know exactly what she did with him. I want to know exactly how many times they had S-time. I want to know if it was the best S-time of her life or better than me. I want to know if she orgasmed and how many times. I want to know if his DCK was bigger than mine. I want to know if she was unsatisfied with our S-time life. I am afraid, humiliated and too ashamed to bring these topics up with her. We still haven't had S-time yet. I won't let her kiss me on the mouth because I imagine she gave him OL S-time. I am crushed, humiliated and grossed out. If we didn't have kids, our marriage would be over. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, I wanted to know every little detail. And she told me. Every question I asked, she had an answer to. Some were lies. She said they used condoms, and when I confronted him, he said they didn't, but I imagine most of it was truthful. And I still wish 2 years later that I didn't know all the details. She told me things that they did and where and how long it lasted and positions and how many orgasms and OAL for both of them and DCK size, and about the public time in a bar bathroom that was their first time, and every detail down to what time he would show up at my house and she would answer the door naked and they would go downstairs and duck at 6 a.m. while I was out of town working and my daughter was upstairs sleeping. She told me about the dirty talk they did. She told me everything I could think to ask. And I absolutely abhor that I know this much detail. When you just have your imagination to go off of, it's bad. You think of some bad things. But when you get the confirmation that the woman you've spent many years with is more of a W or than your imagination could come up with, it is a miserable feeling. I hate knowing that she had time with me an hour after having time with him. That she let me go down on her knowing that another man was inside her an hour earlier. That I got the best blowjob I ever had because he was bigger and she learned how to relax her jaw more because he taught her how to give him head. I can never unknow that. Another man taught my now ex-wife how to give a better blowjob and she used her new tricks of the trade on me. Don't do it. Don't ask. No matter what the outcome of your relationship, it doesn't matter. If you are going to forgive and reconcile, who really cares if she came or not? If you're going to end it, accept that it was a trashy thing to do and accept that she is a worse person than you thought when you got together. There is no situation in which knowing the details will help you heal or move on. It's really not worth the pain. I am not even with her anymore, but I think about her and am constantly. Knowing exactly what happened is awful. Plus you still never trust if the other person actually told you everything. She was drunk one night and told me I could try a Al if I wanted. That had never, in 12 years, been a conversation she was willing to entertain, but she was willing to try during her affair. She swears up and down that they never did that, but I have zero trust that she told me the truth on that. There's no value in knowing because you still will think there's more that she's not telling you. Let it go. It's probably really hard to do. I couldn't do it, but I regret not being able to. Don't ask. You don't want confirmation like you think you do. You'll never look at her the same again. Redditor 2, please leave her. I spent 3 years thinking and feeling this way and now I'm married to a wonderful man and my children are all happy and well adjusted. The wondering and thinking never goes away unless you're finished with the relationship. Respect yourself enough to walk away from someone who has no respect for you. Redditor 3, when my wife first told me she had an affair, she told me that she would tell me whatever I needed to know whenever I was ready. I didn't want to know. I didn't want details. I would have rather lived in ignorance. But one day, a couple of months after she confessed, I asked for details. She told me whatever I wanted to know. This made things so much worse. Now I can't unknow the details and it absolutely disgusts me. I don't know if I can reconcile with this person. Redditor 4, I'll take a stab at this, because much of it is pretty much textbook and she will never answer you honestly anyway. I want to know exactly what she did with him. Likely some of that stuff that she said no to you, she said yes to him. Affairs take all the boundaries off, and because it's already wrong there's nothing stopping anyone from making it wronger. So take the wildest, kinkiest stuff that she would never do, or you would never even ask her to do, and that's what they did. I want to know exactly how many times they had time. How long was the affair? How many opportunities did they have alone together? Take that number as a baseline, and then factor in that a number of times they had time multiple times. I want to know if it was the best time of her life or better than me. Affair time is mind-blowing time. Because it's secret, it's hidden, it's wrong, it's an act of raw passion. I've been told by multiple people who've had affairs that affair time versus long-term partner time has literally no comparison. It's like comparing fireworks to a candle. Sure, the candle lasts longer, provides light and warmth, but it's no giant exploding fireball in the sky. I want to know if she orgasmed and how many times. Virtually guarantee it. I've seen a study somewhere that actually measured this effect. Both S-timies have bigger orgasms with the affair partner. I want to know if his DCK was bigger than mine. I want to know if she was unsatisfied with our S-time life. As near as I can tell, none of these matter. You could be huge and been an amazing, attentive S-time partner. It wouldn't have mattered. I won't let her kiss me on the mouth because I imagine she gave him S-time. She almost certainly did. Here's the deal, man. I'm not here to crush you. I would need the answers, too. But you will never know the truth, you will never be sure she won't do it again, and you will wake up at 3 a.m. for the rest of your life wondering if she's dreaming of him. If you stay with her, cheaters lack integrity. It's a character flaw that has nothing to do with you or your relationship. If we didn't have kids, our marriage would be over. Your marriage is already over. She ended it. Your kids will be happier with a dad that doesn't feel this way for the rest of his life. I am crushed, humiliated and grossed out. It will end when you leave her, brother. I promise you that. You will rise from this, you will move on, and leave the humiliation and disgust behind. And you will find someone that would never do that to you, someone who will build you up instead of tearing you down. And then you will look back at this moment in your life, and wonder why you went through this pain for a woman who doesn't love you, doesn't care about you, is totally selfish, and lacks integrity.